Hello, if you're just tuning in, you're watching Spotlight on Education, and I'm your host, Tina Duckett, Public Relations Director for the Troup County School System. Spotlight on Education is a show that will bring you information about our schools, our wonderful students, staff, programs, and accomplishments. And today joining me in the studio is Long Cane Elementary School Principal Patty Lee and Heather Holtz. And Heather Holtz is the Physical Education Specialist at Long Cane Elementary School. So we are so delighted to have you here.
Thank you, Tina. We're excited to be here today.
Yes, I know it was tough pulling you away from those beautiful little faces. And so Long Cane Elementary School, before we go in depth about the school and some of the wonderful things happening on your campus, I'd like for our viewers to just get to know you, okay? So let's talk about your journey into education as school principal, Ms. Patty Lee. Let's start with you.
Well, first of all, I am a native of LaGrange, so I am also a product of the Troup County School System. Whenever I decided that I was ready to go into the teaching profession, I had already gotten my degree in business. And so now I'm combining a business degree along with an education degree, and I feel like that really helps me as a principal because we are running our own little corporation whenever we're running our school system. But I started out teaching middle school. I taught 7th and 8th grade students. Part of the time I taught math and the other I taught science. So I taught middle school for about 14 years, and then I moved to Hillcrest Elementary and I taught 5th grade students for 1 year. After that I moved to Long Cane as the instructional specialist. I was an instructional specialist for 3 years, and now I have been principal for 8 years at Long Cane Elementary.
Oh, good. So what was that total time frame in education?
About 27 years so far.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Wow.
And it's been wonderful. Time just flies.
I know it does. Well, Miss Heather, tell us how you journeyed into physical education.
Well, I actually started with a degree in public relations and worked at a hotel and a bank in Atlanta, and decided that the corporate world was just not where I wanted to be, and that I thought working with children would be a lot more fun. And so I entered the APP program at Georgia State University.
And what's the APP?
It's an accelerated master's degree program for non-education majors to try to get more diversity into the teaching field. And so I was able to get my master's in a year in early childhood education, and I taught at Woodward Academy in Atlanta. And then I was at home for 8 years with my children, and came back to work to be a classroom teacher, and came back to work after 8 years to Long Cane Elementary as a first grade teacher. And during my time away from work outside the home, I was a fitness instructor and really fell in love with fitness. I had always been an athlete, and decided that health and PE was really the direction I wanted to go to give me a chance to really teach all the children in the school. And so I became health and PE certified, and that's what I've been doing for the past 8 years, and absolutely love it.
Great. Well, we're glad that you journeyed into education.
Thank you. Me too.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me, Miss Patty, how many staff members do you have, and who supports the operations there at Long Cane Elementary?
We have 63 faculty members. Of those, I have an instructional specialist, which many people think in terms of assistant principals, and that is Brittany Tanner. And we have 40 certified teachers. Along with that, we have 11 parapros, and then other support personnel, which includes our cafeteria workers, our custodians, a school nurse. So altogether, we have 63 employees at Long Cane.
Okay, good. So how many students are enrolled this school year?
Currently, we have 553 students. Our enrollment is up a little bit from last year, and our students consist of pre-K through 5th grade.
Okay. So, and you said that is up this year?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, tell us a little bit more about the school. Like, what is the mission of the school? Each school has a mission and a purpose. So, what is the mission and purpose of Long Cane Elementary?
We do have a mission statement, and if you would let me read it to you for just a moment.
Sure.
We use the acronym Long Cane. So starting with the L, we have linking home, school, and community, optimizing opportunities, navigating students toward independence, growing healthy bodies and minds, creating character, achieving success, nurturing all students and enriching lives. And through that mission statement, we're making sure that we are establishing high expectations for every student, and we're providing everyone with a quality education.
And that's important.
Yes.
That's important. And I'm glad that you shared the mission with our viewers so that they will understand as community members that each school really does have a focus that we're working towards student achievement, but how does that look in your building? And having said that, what are some of the goals that you and your staff have for this school year you hope to accomplish?
Okay. One of the major goals that we have this year is to receive professional training and learn how to implement the new Common Core curriculum.
Okay.
It's called CCGPS, Common Core Georgia Performance Standards.
Okay.
And it has changed this year in the area of math, reading, and language arts. And reading and language arts is pretty much the same as we've taught it in the past. We just have a few additional standards that we're really working on at different grade levels. But there has been a major change in how we're teaching math. And so we've offered programs to our parents to come in and listen to the new program, because it's a little bit confusing because we're not using the traditional ways of teaching math. We're giving our students different strategies. We're focusing on understanding number sense. So our main goal this year has really been to look at our new curriculum. We've received professional learning for all of our math teachers as well as our reading and language arts teachers, and we're implementing that with our students and trying to keep our parents updated. And one thing that we have found is we're learning this new curriculum. We've told parents that if you would let your child take on the role of being the teacher at home, when they're doing their homework,
Yes.
they're teaching you how to do it.
Yes.
They better understand the procedures and how we're teaching math. And it's going to be a great program. We've seen a lot of gains with our students. The conversations that our students are having in their small group instruction, they really understand what those numbers mean.
Okay, so that's one goal. Do you
Yes.
have another you'd like to share?
Well, we're just continuing to make sure that we are keeping our parents informed. We have wonderful parents at Long Cane. We invite them to come and be a part of face-to-face conferences. We ask that our teachers have at least 2 conferences in the building with our parents.
Okay.
And so that's a
So
great
just
time for them to
maintain
communicate.
that.
Yes.
Keeping open
Yes.
communications. And that's very important because parental involvement, and we'll kind of hit on that later,
We will.
is key to student achievement, wouldn't you say?
Definitely.
Okay, so what are some other achievements, student achievements?
Okay.
You know, because we know with all of the changes, people are often wonder how our students fare, not just in comparison to other systems, but with changes in curriculum and new expectations. How are they doing?
Well, we're proud to say that Long Cane Elementary is a Title I distinguished school. We were also honored at the state level. In 2010, we became a Georgia School of Excellence because we had made some of the biggest gains throughout the state on our CRCT testing.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. That was very exciting. We did have a visit from the state superintendent at that time, and we had a wonderful celebration at our school. But each year, you know, as we're looking at CRCT, we want to bump up where we were from the previous year.
Yes.
This past year, in the areas of reading, science, and social studies, we met or exceeded the state and system averages for 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade students.
Wow. That's
And then
big.
it is.
Yeah.
And in the area of language arts in particular, our 5th grade students scored 99% of having met or exceeded. So we were
Wow.
very excited.
You should be proud. Your
we are.
teachers should be proud as well.
We are.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how do you keep students motivated to learn and succeed?
We have several things that we do. Each grade level tries to come up with activities to encourage students to do their best academically as well as behaviorally. We have some monthly activities. We have Fun Fridays, where on Friday afternoon they may get 30 minutes of free time, whether they're extra play time or it could be computer games in the classroom. We have brought in motivational speakers. Just the week before we had spring break, we had Reggie Dabbs come in.
Okay.
And we were honored to have him because he is a national speaker and he just happened to be in the area.
And what was his focus?
His focus is we can't do anything about our past, but we can do something about our future.
Wow. Okay.
And he worked with the students. He had them doing a little rap, and they were so they had so much fun.
Okay.
And it just let them know, do your best when you're in school. Some other things that we have multiplication celebrations, we have AR parties, we're doing CRCT Blitz activities. So we just like to find a lot of fun activities that reward those students for always giving us their very best.
And that's important because students want to know that you recognize their achievement. Wouldn't you say?
Definitely.
Yes. And so I know that another crucial piece to education are extracurricular activities. And so let's talk a little bit about the programs and activities offered at Lone Cane.
Okay. We have several programs that we offer. We don't offer them all on the same year because we like to change them out, but some of the extracurricular activities that we have offered have been a running and fitness program.
Okay.
We have Academic Bowl. We have a program called Peacemaker and Leopard Leaders, and every month a teacher will nominate a student from their classroom, and during that month we invite their parents to come and have a pizza meal. They have lunch with us, and we celebrate that they were chosen to be the Peacemaker or Leopard Leader. And then these students are also given extra responsibilities within the school building. They may have an opportunity to go down and tutor a kindergarten student.
Good. So developing leadership. Now, Peacemakers sounds like an anti-bullying type of program. Is that what it is?
That is part of it, yes.
Okay.
And our school counselor works on anti-bullying programs with our students.
Good.
She goes through the rotation classes, and she meets with each grade level. And as a part of our anti-bullying program, we have a character education program, and ours is called the 8 Keys of Excellence.
Okay.
And we have 8 keys. They are integrity, failure leads to success, speak with good purpose, this is it, commitment, ownership, flexibility, and balance.
Okay.
And through these 8 keys, if our students will follow these 8 keys, they're well-rounded citizens. We have opportunities to be kind to our friends and show that we really care about every student at Lone Cane. For instance, failure leads to success, and a lot of times people say, well, we don't want our students to fail, but we also want them to have a recognition of we're not always perfect.
Right.
Our first attempt at doing something, we may fail.
That's exactly right. That's reality. That's
It
the
is
real
reality,
world.
but we're not going to give up. We're
Right.
going to continue to try and maybe try again until we can become successful. And as a part of this program, we like to find our students doing good things throughout the building. So if a teacher finds another student being really kind, maybe there's a new student that was just transferred into our school, and they take that extra time to show them around the building and meet new friends. We use the keys of excellence, and a teacher will complete a form, and she will send it up to the office, and then at the end of the day we read and we reward that student for doing something good, following one of our keys of excellence. And so we give them a key whenever they're found doing something right.
Good.
And then,
they can
a week
redeem
later
that
they may
for
get
something,
another
right?
one. Yes, and they also get they get a prize for
Good,
doing
yeah.
this. And so we just have what we have a little key ring, and it's called the 8 Keys of Excellence, and we really try to encourage them to get 8 keys throughout the year on this.
And that sounds like an interesting program. And I know, too, that you have a rigorous physical education and fun physical education program. And so I am going to jump to Ms. Heather now and ask her more about the physical education program. And I know that you have several different programs embedded therein. So tell us a little bit about those.
Well, first of all, when I started teaching PE, the focus, I think, of fitness and how we teach it has shifted somewhat. We really are about teaching children a lifelong love of movement and fitness, not just skills. We do incorporate skills, but also so that they do it something for life. They remain healthy for life. And one of the ways we do that, Jump Rope for Heart, which I will start with because I'm very excited about that. Okay. We had a record-breaking year this year in our fundraising. We raised $5,000 for the American Heart Association, and I had gosh, I think it was 197 participants throughout our school to participate. And when we have that activity, I do a health unit on arterial and heart health. And we talk about how you keep your heart and your arteries healthy, to how bad smoking is for us. And so we're learning, as well as doing the jump roping and those skills that go along with it. And I love it because it teaches children that we can help others even if we donate $1. All they had to do was at least bring $1, and they could come and be a part of that celebration.
And was that a competition of some kind where students competed against one another?
Yes,
with the
we
jump ropes?
just last week we had the fastest kids in Troup County competition at the track on I can't remember it was behind Whitesville Road Elementary School. And I was very excited because when we met initially, we had not been yet, and I said I hoped that I would have some good news, and I do. We took 24 third, fourth, and fifth graders to compete, and we came home with 18 of those children receiving medals.
Good.
And so I'm so thankful. We didn't have this for 2 years, but I have, if it's okay, I have to give a little plug to DJ's Wings and Things, because they were the sponsor, and without them, I don't know that that event would have happened.
Okay, and this was sponsored by Troup County Parks and Recreation. And it was, say the name of it again, please.
Fastest Kids in Troup County.
Okay.
It's just third, fourth, and fifth graders in the Troup County elementary schools.
Good.
That
And you had
compete.
24 students compete, and 18 came
home with medals.
Good, good. Okay, well, I know you have the Fitnessgram. Now tell us a little bit about what that is.
Well, in 2010, the SHAPE Act was passed in the state of Georgia, and along with that, the Fitnessgram is a web-based program, assessment program, and it goes right along with what we do, for example, with the CRCT. It is a criterion-referenced assessment for physical education. And we assess the fourth and fifth graders on muscular strength and endurance, aerobic capacity, flexibility, and body composition, which is we take their height and weight to get their BMI, their body mass index. And I actually have to send those reports to the state of Georgia, to the governor's office, to a contact there. In addition to that, we send all of our fourth and fifth grade parents an individualized report for their student. They get that with their end of the year report card, so they can look at their child's fitness level to see, are there areas that need improvement, are they in the healthy fitness zone and their aerobic capacity, do they need to maybe get out and play a little bit more every day. And so that has been just a great way to help those students set goals, and to see, once again, going in with our academics at Long Cane, even in physical education, we have to set goals for ourselves. You know, mistakes are okay. Failure leads to success. You know, we don't always win the race, but what do we learn in the competition?
Right, it's a part of the process. So now, you mentioned that this is part of the CRCT
Well, the actual assessment piece is criterion referenced, as is the academic CRCT.
I see.
They're standards that are set by the Cooper Institute. That's where Fitnessgram gets the standards the children have. For example, every 9 or 10-year-old boy and girl should be able to do 7 push-ups on the toes, 90 degrees. They should be able to do, I think it's 13 curl-ups. So we have actual standards that they should be able to meet.
Okay, and is this almost pre and post assessment for students? So if I come to you as a student and maybe I can't do that by the time I'm finished with the class, I should be able to
That is our goal. That is our goal. And the nice thing with it being web-based, when children leave Long Cane Elementary and go next door to Long Cane Middle School, their scores will travel with them.
Oh, good.
So the PE department next door can look at those scores, and I can pull up my scores from last year and see which students have improved, and you know, and that's really, it's not to grade them, and it's to help them gain confidence and look for improvement. That's what we talk about, is improvement, and everything is confidential. I'm the only person in my building that knows how much my children weigh and how tall they are and what their scores are. That is highly confidential. Of course, their parents get it at the end of the year.
Yes.
And if Miss Lee wanted to see it, she certainly could.
Okay, and I know when we talk about physical fitness, how does that play into academic success? Or does it?
There are many studies throughout the year that I have read. I can't give you specific ones, but it's out there that directly correlate academic performance with fitness, specifically aerobic fitness. So I really try to incorporate a strong running program within the school day. every PE class that comes from me from pre-K to 5th grade, I've told them if they don't leave hot and sweaty, then I haven't done my job. But I explain to them why, that our heart is a muscle and we have to strengthen it. And through those challenges, it helps them to learn if they can challenge themselves physically and have that discipline, that hopefully that's going to spill over into the classroom and help them, attack that chapter book that they thought they could never read, or that long division problem that they thought, I'm never going to get this, So I try to correlate what we do in PE so that they can see how it applies in the classroom as well.
Good, good. And so before our time runs out here, let's talk about challenge by choice.
Right. That one thing that I do with 3rd through 5th graders is that we call it our 20-minute jog. We start at the beginning of the year, and it is an endurance workout. The goal is to jog without walking, round and round in the gym. I put on very upbeat music. We talk about it. The only requirement is they have to jog 5 minutes. Anything after that is their challenge by choice. Okay. But I'm happy to say that throughout the years, in the 8 years I've done it, I would venture to say I have close to probably 80% of students who choose that challenge, who complete that 20-minute jog. So on their honors day, they receive a blue ribbon that says they reached their personal best. And I love it too because just yesterday I had a 5th grader who he and I were talking, and we shared this with the class. When he was in 3rd grade, I can remember he would be on the point of tears because he never could make that 5-minute jog. And he was a big kid. He was a tall kid, very stocky. And I just kept encouraging him. Other students encouraged him. Good. And the day that he made that 20-minute jog, I think the whole class just celebrated. And yesterday we were talking about how quickly the time has gone and how, here he is today. And I told my 5th graders yesterday, when you get in middle school, I want you to think about this moment. You had a challenge, you set your goals. We did 5 minutes, we did 10, we did 15, and today we did 20. You can do anything. Just break it into steps and don't give up and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
Well, thank you for sharing that piece about physical education and the wonderful programs there. And again, we are wrapping up here, and thank you all for being here today. But before we do, Miss Patty Lee, please share information about upcoming events and workshops.
We're getting close to the end of the school year, so we have a lot of fun events that are about to come. The first thing I would like to invite our parents to come to is on May the 10th, we will have a pre-K fun day and celebration. As many of you know, pre-K has a shortened school year this year, so their last day of school will be on May the 10th. And we're going to really celebrate that day and have a lot of fun, so we want to invite all of our pre-K parents out. And then on May the 17th, we will have our field day. And this is the day when we have all of our parents show up, and we all have such a wonderful day out there enjoying games on the fields. We're not real competitive, we're just out there, we're having fun, and we want everybody to participate, so we hope our parents will come to field day. And then a very special concert will be happening on May the 21st at 6 p.m. Kathy Kirby, our music specialist, will have our 4th and 5th grade chorus, and they're going to do a wonderful presentation entitled Disney Spectacular. So Kathy always does a wonderful job, and we can't wait to see this presentation.
Okay, and if our viewers want to learn more about the school, or perhaps even a school tour, who can they contact?
Okay. If they would like to contact the school, you can call the school at 706-812-7948, or you can always look on our webpage, which is linked through the Troup County webpage at www.troup.org.
Well, again, I really appreciate you all sharing information about Long Cane Elementary School and the great things that are happening on your campus. And to you, our viewers, for tuning in today, thank you for watching. And until next time, make it a great day.